up, everybody? This is Grumpy Jeff with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are looking at GearGrinder, one of the new rares that came out recently for the Fusion event, and he looks to be quite the healer. We're going to see if he can hit, but more importantly, we're going to see how much utility he gives us in the dungeons. Right now, he's looking like he's ranking kind of in the 3s for pretty much everywhere except for Faction Wars, but I think that's because people are misranking him just a little bit. I think he's going to be higher ranked in my mind just because he's a healer. He's not a damage dealer. Or at least that's what I'm getting from his kit. And we'll take a look at his kit here. We have Gears of Gore, which is he places a 7.5 continuous heal buff on the champion for the 1 turn if it's critical, which is a nice little thing for him. His A2, which is what I'm really stoked about, is the Healing Splatter. It heals all allies by 15% of their max HP, which can be booked to 35% of their max HP, and it's only a 3-turn cooldown. So they're getting 35% of their health back every 3 turns. That's crazy. Plus he has Necrocogs, which revives a dead ally with 50% health and 50% turn meter on a 5-turn cooldown. Not bad for a rare. And then his aura is Faction Crypt's health, which is here nor there. And then for the Masteries, I kitted him out just to see if he could do some damage. I went a little bit over the top on the damage side a little bit there. As you can see, he went down this thing, got War Master to get those extra hits in, and just kind of had some fun over there. But really was the support tree that I focused on, so he can get his extra HP, which is kind of crap. But increases the value of heals cast by the champion by 5%. I believe that's multiplicative, not additive. And then he increases the amount of healing and shield value by buffs placed by the champion by 10% if the target has 40% or less, so if they're damaged. And then you have another increases the amount of healing shot by 15% if the target has stun, sleep, fear, true fear, or freeze. So you really kind of build him out to be quite the healer with all these kind of different perks and whatnot. I got Laura Steel as I usually do because I like to buff my gear. Make sure that he had enough crit rate to do 100% crit damage. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and run this guy in some dungeons and see how hard he hits, and more importantly, see how well he heals. So we're going to put him in a team that has a couple glass cannons in it. Alright, so here we are just in the dragon. We're doing our quick hit challenge right here. So I got him all kitted out. You can see his increased attack, which doesn't do too much because he's HP balanced. Increased crit damage, speed. He's got the attack bonus from Gortep. And here we go. So we're going to go ahead and slam down here. So 20,000. Plus he places his own continuous heal. I mean, that's a huge win for him. That's a huge win. Plus, I mean, he's the only reviver here, so we're about to see him revive somebody. So, boom, pick him up. Half their life, half their half their energy, and he's ready to rock and roll again. So, I mean, he's not a bad healer. You know, people give him the 3% is because I think they just, you know, everyone is so focused on how much damage can you do, or, you know, how much utility does he have? Is he like a multifaceted thing? But I mean, you can't compare him to like a Raglan. He's not going to boost your speed. He's not going to triple hit. It's a rare. Like, you actually have a relatively decent chance of getting him, given he is a void, so maybe the bar is a little bit higher there. But I mean, he's constantly healing himself. He's constantly healing your team, which is a crazy amount of heals. Let's see how much we can get down on that one. So here we go. 15% of their HP, which is already higher than that. I'll slow it down just so you can see the heals going across the board. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, I wish it was a little bit more, just because, you know, it's... But these guys don't have that high HP, so it's really more on them. But he's keeping everybody in the game, and more importantly, he's keeping himself in the fight. So that's really where I'd give him. I'm not saying I'd go way over the top, and, like, get rid of all the 3s there. I'd say he's more of a 4 champion from what I'm experiencing here. This doesn't need to be on that slow, but I mean, it's not like he doesn't have utility. He's hitting hard, given I have kitted him out, and I will show the kit at the end of the video, to hit pretty darn hard. But he has a lot of utility. He's keeping everybody alive, he keeps them top up, plus he's kind of a brick crap house, to be honest. I mean, he can take hits. He's not taking much damage here. And a reviver that can take a hit and land a decent hit back? What's not to like? He's going to keep your team alive and moving. And they're just pushing through all this thing. So, I mean, I'm not going to let this roll all the way through. I'll jump to the very end of the dragon so you can see what this team does. I know a lot of you like to see that, so we'll go ahead and just jump to the end of the dragon there. Alright, so we're coming back into the part where they may get wiped, they may keep going on, it really depends. There's his heal again, you know, 8,400 on him, 70 over there, 69 over here. So, I mean, this team is not kitted out to do anything other than show damage. But he's keeping them going a lot longer than they usually do. In these videos, they tend to get wiped. Depending upon who I'm doing, if it is a damage dealer, they'll make it through. But they tend to get wiped about now. So we'll see how this hit does and see how good he's doing. Standard stun there. But yeah, he just keeps him in the fight. Now he does have some healers with him. Boom, he's down. So there you go. He got smacked, but he's back. I could easily see him being part of an endurance team. You know, someone if you're just trying to get through a level. Just adding that one more revivalist there. You could also put retaliation gear on there. You could put, or not retaliation, relentless gear. And just to try and get that extra turn out of him. So you can speed up his revival and his heal to make him a little bit more effective. You could overspeed him and just super clock him so he's just going all the time to get those extra heals out if you're having problems that way. So that they made it through the team. Gear-wise, let's take a look at him here. So I put him in a ton of crit gear. I'll throw the pieces up over here. Get rid of that. Oops. So I put him in a ton of crit gear just because it was the easiest way for me to get crit rate and crit damage out of him. And I'm just going to go slowly through all the pieces. But there's a lot of different options you could use when it comes to all the gear you could have. Like, this is worthless. I only use this for the crit rate. The attack is garbage. Normally, if you had a defensive piece or you put him in an HP piece, something like that, attack's not going to do anything. He's an HP-based champion. Then I have crit damage gloves. So, I mean, I could just HP him up, and that's really going to kind of help that hit on his A1 if you HP him out. And let's go over here and have a look at, gosh. I mean, there's so many sets you could put him in. You could put him in Destroy to help you with that if you wanted to do that. What is it? Frenzy? Is that what I wanted to look at? I don't think I have any. That's why I can't look at it. But, I mean, give him a provoke ability out of his gear, and he's going to frickin' wreck house. Because he can take it when you HP him out. As you can see here, I don't have the right gear when it comes to the standard stat. He is nowhere near where he could be health-wise. So, you just pimp up his health. You let him take those shots. You let him provoke out there. And this guy could just wreck house and keep you alive. But more importantly, he's just a simple, easy healer. Who's going to heal 35% of your HP on all your champs. And that's a ton for what the healers out there can do. 35% is a ton. And so we'll just go ahead and like rate him. Yeah, I'd give him a 5 and is there. There's one place I think he'd be terrible. I mean, Spider's Den, I'll agree with that. He's probably a 2. Just because he's not going to do anything for you. But Fire Knight, I'd give him a 1. Why would you ever use him in Fire Knight? There's no point to use this guy in Fire Knight. He's got 1 hit. He's just not going to help to your higher teams. Unless you're desperate for a Revivalist, I wouldn't use this guy. Anyways, I'm not going to throw him through a whole bunch of different dungeons and whatnot and just waste your time. The guy is a healer. Solid champ. I give him 4 for almost every major level where you're struggling. He's going to help you get through some dungeons. He's going to keep your team alive, and he's going to keep their health topped up. So, I built him for hits. Build him for durability. Durability with a little bit of speed, and you'll go a long way. Don't waste your accuracy. Anyways, I've been Grumpy Jeff. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to know what I'm doing in the future. Anyways, you have yourself a wonderful day.